Okay, so this is a video that I was gonna make last year, but because the year was ending and it was Christmas and New Year's, I decided to kind of hold off because it's definitely on the rant side of things, and it's really in regards to Andrew Garfield and The Amazing Spider-Man 3, where there was this great, and it was great to see resurgence of love for Andrew Garfield's version of Peter Parker from the Amazing Spider-Man series. However, I would like to remind people that if they were to make an Amazing Spider-Man 3, Sony would find a way to fuck it up. Because there is nothing that happens on the Sony side of the Marvel Sony partnership that's good. Let's just take a look at Venom. The very first Venom movie, a departure from the original character. Instead of creating a Venom that's encountered a Spider-Man, that has the signature Venom feel to it, they decided to introduce him as essentially just an anti-hero, the Lethal Protectors. I love Tom Hardy. He's fantastic in my opinion as Eddie Brock. I do not like the way in which they portray Venom in the Venom movie. I really didn't like Let There Be Carnage. The movie was too short. It takes a major dump on a lot of the things that makes Carnage a really great character. The relationship between Carnage and Cletus Cassidy was completely butchered in the movie, and then they really fucked up the relationship between Carnage and Shriek, which is one of the more interesting psychotic relationships that kind of fuels Carnage to be the sadistic bastard that he actually is. And then at the end of the movie, they kill off Cletus Cassidy, and it's just like, okay, so he's not gonna come back to be like a recurring villain in the series. Absolutely sucks. Fucking hated it across the board. At the end of the movie, you tease the fact that essentially Eddie Brock is leaving his reality and he's going to the reality of No Way Home. Guess what? Marvel didn't want Eddie Brock in No Way Home, so he's literally relegated to a mid-credit scene, and then he's instantly blipped back to his universe because they don't want, Marvel does not want to mix with Sony's bullshit. And there's great reason to. Sony does not take care of their characters. Everything that Sony does, and don't worry, because there's a fucking WB and DC rant coming down the pipe, but everything that Sony does is designed to make money. Let's go back to Sam Raimi. When you go back to Sam Raimi and the Sam Raimi trilogy, the first Spider-Man movie is great. Why? Because Sam Raimi had creative control over the entire movie. It wasn't expected to make a ton of money, and it was a hit. The second Spider-Man movie was also a hit. Why? Because Sony thought it was a fluke, and then it became one of the greatest superhero movies ever. And then they were like, oh man, we gotta make some money off of this. We gotta get in here, and we have to fuck up everything that Raimi is doing because we need to introduce characters that are gonna sell toys. And so Spider-Man 3 happened, and we got Sandman, and we got Venom, and then we got another Goblin, and there is so much shit happening in corporate influence bullshit that Sam Raimi was just like, this is my last one, I'm done, you guys can have it. What happens? No one wants to touch Spider-Man for like 5 years, I think. It was like 5 or 6 years where no one wanted to touch Spider-Man. Then Mark Webb comes in, and Mark Webb's like, hey, I'm a big fan of Spider-Man. I have Andrew Garfield. He's a super big Spider-Man head. We want to come together and we want to make the Amazing Spider-Man series, which is basically going to be a revitalization of the character. The first movie comes out. Now, sure, there are some complaints about the first movie. In my opinion, I enjoy the first Amazing Spider-Man movie more than the second one, more or less because it has a better contained story that includes everyone and doesn't, I don't know, shit on any of the characters in any way, shape, or form. But then the second movie happens. And the second movie was basically the exact same thing as Spider-Man 3. Which is, in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Sony's like, yo, we just made like a ton of money off of The Amazing Spider-Man 1. We can make a ton of money off of Amazing Spider-Man 2. So we're going to introduce Electro, we're going to introduce a Goblin, we're going to drop hints for the Sinister Six, we're going to have a symbiote in a fucking thing, we're going to have this guy over here, we're going to have this person over here, we're going to be corporate meddling. We need you to chop out about 30 minutes of your movie that is the core of your movie, which is going to make the character motivations actually make sense, because we really need to get this Sinister Six thing rolling. And from that poison pill is where Venom came from, where Venom was originally supposed to be something that was teased at the end of The Amazing Spider-Man 2 as someone that was going to exist out there in the world. But y'all really think Sony is going to treat Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man with some type of love and care, where he's going to get a consistent story that you're going to enjoy? Like, Mark Webb gave us absolutely beautiful cinematography in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. The entire final sequence, in my opinion, that's like, what, a 2-minute sequence of Gwen Stacy dying, is probably the most beautiful sequence I have ever seen in a movie. That, till this day, it breaks my heart. The dynamic between Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone, absolutely fantastic. Everything else in the movie, shit. All the other stuff in the movie, that was Sony meddling. It's garbage. Sony is only out to make money. That's it. The reason why Spider-Man exists inside of the MCU is because it's basically free money for them. Marvel is printing free. Marvel is like, yo, we take care of the story, we take care of everything, you guys get a cut of the profit. Sony's like, bet, easy money. They just made like $1.4 billion off of No Way Home. Sony's looking at that like, yeah, we need to get Andrew Garfield back. We need to start the ball rolling. We need to make a Spider-Gwen movie. We've got to do a Spider-Woman movie. We've got to do this. We've got to do that. And it's all going to be bad. Every single one of them is going to be bad. And that is because Sony is nothing but suits. They do not give a shit about the Spider-Man characters. All they see are dollar signs. Whatever they can shovel out that makes them money, that's what they're going to go with. So we can be hyped for The Amazing Spider-Man 3. We can show love for Andrew Garfield. But make no mistake whatsoever, Sony does not love these characters. And in turn, we should not show them any love and affection in hoping that they're going to do a good job. But that's basically it. Because there's definitely another rant coming down the pipe. And this one is definitely going to be for WB and fucking DC, because they are just, I have no idea what the fuck is going on over there, and they deserve their own fucking video, which is definitely coming in probably the next few hours, because I gotta go do something, so I'll be right back. But I will catch you in the next one. There's probably not even going to be an outro, because I'm just going to load this up to the channel. Peace.